discretion is advised.
Happy Monday. You are listening and or watching PWNCAST. This is episode 131. Holy shit, 131. And we are in patch 7.0.3 for one more day. Tonight we're going to be talking about prep for patch 7.1. What's going to happen tomorrow? What do you need to know? Hollow's End is happening and BlizzCon Arena Championships begin October 28th with some huge, right off the bat, nail-biting drama. So there's that and much, much more. So make sure you guys stay right here.
You have crossed into the world of the dead in search of answers.
Amongst the Azeroth elite, there is a group that defies convention. A group that stands in the face of trolls and doesn't flinch. A group that strives on unity, trust, and unwavering resolve. A group that eats tacos. For the players, by the players, we bring you. She can start a revolt with a Chaos Bolt, Bell, the PWNCAST Vanguard. The wolves whose howl can signal death's coming, Lycan. Snap back and get faster for the pet battle Grandmaster, Gemma Banks. He's sharp as a dagger with that dapper swagger, Secret Sauce. We bow to no one. We are Legion. We are PWNCAST.
Welcome back. I don't know what these guys are doing. They always do really weird stuff. Not really... Lycan's jamming away. I'm sure he's listening to some type of rap music because, you know, that's how he gets down. But I guess I'm going to go ahead and unmute these fine gentlemen escorts, not to be confused with hookers. Welcome back, the
I'm
Riders
a
of
hooker.
Rohan. What?
Yeah.
Hello.
That's because you paid way more.
You're a hooker? Yep, got it. Confirmed. And Gemma is looking for a date for BlizzCon.
Still.
So if you are a single lady or male, or whatever you sexually identify as.
Transgender.
He's
I
in.
sexually identify as an assault helicopter.
What the fuck?
I don't even, doesn't
Plays
surprise
Mobile
me.
Strike.
I did bring the Death Knight who is inventing a new meaning for tank and spank Lycan.
Well, it was with your brother, so it is kind of concerning. But
It's
I
kinda
actually got this.
Spankish.
Huh?
It is kind of spankish.
It was very spankish, and yeah, and he's so small that he kind of like fits right in between. Never mind, I'm just gonna stop right there.
Giggity.
But it was the first time I got to go tanking in Legion,
There you
and even at my shitty DPS gear as a tank, I did actually pretty
You did
good.
well. Yeah.
I did.
I expect no less of you.
It's just true skill. It's true skill.
True.
It's
True.
because I play a real hero class, the only
That's right.
hero class.
Somebody said, did you read the comments last week's episode about your hero class comments? It was pretty funny. There's always people that are like, oh, I'm the hero class. I think the Warlock's the hero class, in my opinion. So I'm just going to go with that.
Let's get this straight.
Yeah,
Shamans
maybe-
are the
maybe if you
original
were-
hero class
maybe if
because
you were
they're the only
Affliction.
ones who can cast heroism. So
Ooh.
Fair. That's valid.
Actually,
I believe it was Bloodlust.
logic.
Yeah.
Even Alliance.
I did also bring the mage who forgot to cast his alter time spell and hasn't slept for 24 hours. Holy crackhead. Hots for shots.
Yay.
Yeah, it's
He's going for a
another
record.
thing. I accidentally slept through raid last night, and I was like, you know what? I need a special sleep
Sauce
schedule.
has done that many nights.
This guy.
Yeah, we were progressing on Mythic Il'gynoth and just out for the entire thing.
You were progressing
a
on
text
normal.
message.
and I
So
was
would
just
you
like,
say that you missed your opportunity with the Whispering Eye then?
Sure did.
Yeah, the tree vagina eye thing that pops out. I don't really know how or why Blizzard designed it that way, but it's very entertaining.
Oh, that's why you guys
It's
keep
pretty
bringing that
entertaining,
up.
I'm not going to lie. And it's a
It
lot different when
pulsates
it's
too.
coming at you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's a different...
Yeah, it like laser beams at you, and you're like, whoa, this is...
makes you not want to go near one.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, right.
It's true. I did
There's
also... What?
Nope, nothing. Bad joke.
Not going
Bad
to say
joke.
it. Not going to say
Nope.
it.
We're getting better at holding out those bad jokes.
I did also bring the monk who is still undefeated and is a hero to his people, Gemma Banks.
We've got two types of responses. We've got people trying to say that it's not a big deal or anyway, I could do it. Well, if you could do it, do it. 3
Do it
weeks,
better, then.
undefeated, with my little brother, Hots, 2s and 3s.
How many did you guys do today that you're undefeated?
4.
One each. We just really were strapped for time, and we could only get one each. But it's just adding
man.
another win in each category.
Can't you consider undefeated like anything over 50 wins?
I'm saying, like, I don't
Insane.
know.
In some statistical categories, yes, there's a minimum played or minimum whatever. But did you get any good loot, Hots? I got a trinket and a wrist.
I got 2 trinkets, ironically, and they were both shite.
Yeah, they're not really that good, but
that
good
gear's
chaos
pretty
shards.
How funny.
Well, that sucks.
The undefeated.
I say
channel.
undefeated.
undefeated.
Stay undefeated,
Hashtag
guys.
undefeated. Thank you. Appreciate your support.
I did also bring the priest who set up a permanent tent in the Archway. Secret sauce.
I sure did.
We only know that because Hots was stalking your battle tag,
Little bit.
which is kind of
Yeah.
awkward. It's a
Yeah.
little Ned Flandery, if you ask me. You know how he's always in the
It's fine.
Simpsons window.
You know, paddly ho. You know, but I enjoy the place. I just wish it gave rep. That's all it comes down to.
I don't particularly like the Archway. I do love Court of Stars, though.
Of course you would.
Well, of course, because it's in the center of the things.
Yeah.
But I do. The Archway to me is just full AIDS. It's fun because it's, you know.
It is. It is for me because I have a shit ton of stuff to heal.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it.
It's a challenge for sure.
Absolutely. Especially when you pull 2 pats and the initial one.
Yeah, those
Nice.
ghost broads,
Thanks to
man,
my-
they're those
thanks to my tank.
banshees. Those banshees are angry. They're not.
No, not thanks to my tank. Thanks to Barrage.
Thanks to Barrage.
The one thing Blizzard refuses to change.
Well, they're still talking about it. So hopefully they do.
He said that they've considered it on numerous occasions, but it's really difficult for them to mess with that because they love hearing the stories of the Hunter's Barrage.
And Belle, you
That's
don't
how
want to
hunters
dumb
get
down
kicked
game.
in groups.
No,
Well,
you
yeah,
really
they should
don't.
really-
You don't want to dumb down. But I mean, not being able to control the direction of some things, I think, is a.
How do you dumb down the easiest class in WoW? It has
Right?
3 buttons.
Well,
Whoa,
I do want to tell
shots
you
fired.
though, from an honest perspective, leveling a hunter, it really isn't the easiest class, and I don't mean that as in it's difficult. I just mean like there are a lot of finesse and nuance that goes into making sure that you're doing your rotation
Oh,
properly.
yeah.
So it's not a simple like you woke up and decided to be a hunter and all of a sudden you're top damage. Like there is a lot that does go into it, and I used to think the same thing. Like, well, fuck, they're a hunter. That's not even that difficult. Then in playing
Yeah.
it, it's like the same thing with when I decided to play a rogue, because that was a fucking great idea. Let's do it again.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I bet you're a good rogue.
I didn't make it past 40 because it just didn't hold my interest. But
I bet you're a better rogue than Hots.
I probably a lot of people are better rogues than Hots. He was
Yeah.
a great druid in
I'll give you
RPGs,
that
but
one.
he was a crappy rogue.
I'll give you that.
It's nice to see him not, the top of things. It's nice that there's a class that would be considered not his arch nemesis, but the not easy flowing thing that comes natural to him
I
because he's
just
good at so
don't
much.
agree with it.
I don't agree with rogues either. To all you rogues out there, I love you. Much love, but I don't like you. Just kidding. So, what do we have going on this week? So, Blizzard's new voice chat.
Plenty.
We've already covered the voice chat. We've talked about it. We knew it was happening. It came out in alpha, came out in beta. Great. Blizzard has a voice chat. I don't know how you're going to compete with Curse, guys. I really like Curse. I love Curse. Obviously, it's integrated, so there's a lot of things that are good about it. I particularly don't see a need for it for myself, but I'm sure there are those of you that will find some use out of the voice chat. I loved Discord, and then Discord became kind of, I don't know what was going on with Discord.
Obsolete.
We were suffering through a lot of the beta, and I think that kind of, that turns you off to some things. But Curse, there's updates every day, and it's phenomenal. They're putting a lot of work, which is essentially where a lot of our Blizzard people have gone, is to Curse. So naturally, I would ride that fanboy because
I bet you would.
Well, if some of our Blizzard people are leaving Blizzard to go there, then there must be something there, right? I think that's my line of thought. So.
No, I'm just saying. Never mind.
All day
I
long.
heard what you
I got
said.
you on that.
Wait, what did you
Yeah.
say?
We're there. We're there.
where
I
are
got
we?
you.
We
You
are.
are
that one
You're
moving
on the
on.
fanboy. I'm not on him. So
Just you'll listen to it and you'll be like, "Oh my god, I said that."
What did I say? Something bad?
Yeah. No.
What did
Yeah.
I say?
All day long, you rode that.
Oh, that's so weird.
You
You
wrote-
guys
you
are
wrote that
disgusting. Fuck.
Yeah.
You guys are nasty. So try it,
That's
use
it.
it, don't use it. Just know that it's there for your purpose. If you feel like you want to use it with your battle tag friends, go do a thing. Make it.
Yep.
do stuff, push buttons. You can stream. Pretty soon, you're gonna be able to fucking cook your food through BattleNet. So just
Yeah, good. I'm
just gonna
hungry.
keep adding to it. Cool.
God.
Now that I have absolutely no reason to leave this chair.
I feel like sometimes they're wasting resources on things that aren't ever going to be a thing. But you never know. This could be the next great thing. So I don't like to
This
discount anything.
was
It
the
might
best
not-
thing that they did, in my opinion.
The mobile app,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, I
But-
agree, 150%.
Yeah.
I need to use
Wait,
it more.
it might not
If they
ever.
would have did it when garrisons were active, it would have made a lot of people happy.
Yeah,
It-
well, I think they got the idea from people
They
asking
had
for a
to,
mobile app
yeah.
in Garrison, so I think it made
Right.
sense. And I
I don't think
Followers.
I don't think the voice will ever be really relevant in WoW, but I'm pretty sure it might be relevant in something like Hearthstone, where
yeah, I'm sure that there's other. That's why I said disclaimer. That's my opinion. Just because I don't see the need for it doesn't mean that there isn't a need for other people. I am speaking from a World of Warcraft perspective. Maybe it could be good for I don't know. I don't really.
Hearthstone.
I haven't found any.
Yeah.
As long
Diablo.
as it's better than what they used to have, if you
Agreed.
remember,
It's
because
still
I mean,
weird
and I,
sometimes because people still use it, and you're randomly in a zone, and you hear the weird. Haven't you ever heard?
Yeah.
And I think I'm crazy. I mean, I am, but
No.
you're right. You're right.
but I
You're
think they
right,
learned
you're
a
right.
lot of it from what they've done with Overwatch and integrating the voice chat with that, which
Right.
works phenomenally
It really
well,
does.
and I'm very impressed with it. But yeah, I don't think it'll ever hit WoW as big as most people
I
think
only
it's
know
going
the
to.
Overwatch works really well because I hear my husband with Tourette's when he's playing Overwatch. So he actually abandoned Overwatch this week for Battlefield, which is nice because I've had a break here in the office without his mouth going, I gotta be a healer. Wah, wah, wah."
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, right. You just had to throw that out there real quick just
I
to
just
make
wanted to-
sure your
You
voice.
better know.
Sale pitching real quick.
Also, Hallow's End is underway. Go get your try for your mount, get your treats, do your things, get your witch's broom, guys. Unless you're like me and you own one permanently.
Do you really?
No, my husband when it's Halloween, he'll grab the broom and be like, "Can I use this? Or are you going somewhere later?" And I'm like, "Wow,
Damn.
dick."
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah,
And
he
you
was-
already play a witch class anyways, so.
well, kind of, I guess. But
You do.
make sure you go and do your things. I think it's till the first, second.
Something like that.
Yeah,
First
And then-
of the
and then-
month.
Day of the Dead is after that, right?
Dia de los Muertos.
yeah, for 2 days.
For 2 days, yeah. So that whole week is BlizzCon week. I'm totally not.
Is that
focused
when
on
we
it.
can wrestle? Is that when the
It
Lucha,
is.
Yeah.
Lucha Libre? Yes.
I'm sorry, did you say we're wrestling?
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's
Wrestling.
some wrestling.
Oh.
You get to put costumes on and shit and wrestle with people.
Jello
Yeah, there's-
optional? Question mark? No. I saw it on a movie once. It looked fun.
There you go.
So before we get into the 7.1 talk, because I'm assuming it's probably going to take up the bulk of our time, I want to talk about the BlizzCon kickoff
Yes.
for the arenas. Now, I was pretty vocal about my feels for that. There's a lot of things that are being kicked off with this. There's every single game is having tournaments, right? And that all that fun stuff starts on the 28th. But the thing that's important to us, which is World of Warcraft, this starts off with a bang, guys. Make sure you follow MLG so
Bang,
you stay
bang.
on top of that. But we're going to be having method versus method. I just want to tell you that the amount of feels that I already have, and it's not even that time yet, a lot of feels seeing.
That time of the month.
Well, because it's EU, it's EU and it's US. Obviously, it's always going to be US for me because I like those players, but I love both teams. So this is going to be really tough for me because very emotional time to be alive.
And you make a prediction.
I don't
think
want to
Method
make
will
a
win.
prediction because they're equal, right? I think Method's going to win. But they're equal alike in their skill. EU, I've always felt, is on a whole different playing field. Just in general situations, to me, they're on a whole different level. And I'm not insulting US, so before anybody freaks out and calls me a US hater, I just feel like, but really,
You what, mate?
I'm a Method fangirl. Everybody knows that. I liked Method before Method was like on the lips of all the children, right? Like I was a huge Method fangirl. But no matter what they do, they're on a whole other level with their gameplay. So you're going to see a really, really good battle. You're definitely going to be entertained for that. So, but I'm going to just.
METHOD.
I'm
man.
hoping-
You will be entertained.
I'm hoping the U.S. team wins, but I'll be happy with either, in truth, because
Good luck,
I
Method.
just want to see good matches. That's all I
I want
care
to be
about.
entertained. I want to be on the edge of my seat. I don't want like an instant one comes out and bursts and they're done. I want to see.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that is going to happen to somebody.
Yeah, but
Oh,
on
yeah.
that level,
Gems
though, they're not.
Day, WoW Arena, it's probably gonna happen.
Yeah, but I mean, every now and then matches that are like that, like their last, they had a surprise comp where they, pulled a rogue, snuffed
Exactly.
his rogue out.
Yeah.
But I like to be completely entertained when it comes to that kind of stuff. So that was my dog.
Hi,
I'd like-
Puppy.
Hey,
She was
buddy.
saying
Hi,
hi to
Kira.
everyone. She wants a treat, and he won't give her one. I can hear him going, "No, Kira, go away."
The only thing good about I'm not really that much into the PvP championships. I think they're great, don't get me wrong. But the best thing about it is I know exactly where Bella is going to be for the entire duration.
Right.
At least I know where to find her somewhere in the convention center.
You can
I know
usually
exactly
find
where
me
she'll
by
be.
Venruki.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look towards the casters where
That's where
Lore
I'm
and
gonna be.
Venruki are gonna be.
Well, I'm not cool enough to get a seat where the VIPs sit, right? All the arena guys' girlfriends and all the important, the important people that get the reserve seats up there. I got to sit.
You're just a BB. That's why.
No, one day I'm going to be important, and they're going to be like, "Belle, will you please come watch from backstage?" And I'm going to be like, "Yes," but that day's not today. guys.
Yeah.
It's
Do you want me to talk
probably-
to Mike?
It's probably going to be when I'm 50.
I'll call Mike.
You'll still be playing, so
That's
I
right.
still have my Overwatch jersey. You can wear it. I'm sure it might be somewhere.
I hate Overwatch though.
That would be epic to see you wear it.
I have a shirt that's a lovely shirt, but I don't like to represent something I don't play, but it's so comfortable. I really super love it. I just don't for reasons, but yeah. So make sure you guys are following all of that. That does start on the 28th, and it's it's the road. Now keep in mind these guys are competing for a lot of money. Each tournament, not just World of Warcraft, these guys are competing. They're competing for. There's a lot of money on the line. I think the total prize pool is like 1 million. 500K for StarCraft, which is weird because I thought StarCraft made more. 250K for World of Warcraft. How funny that like Heroes of the Storm is pretty large just because of the college presence that they have. Because it's pretty huge in colleges. People should be getting educations, but instead they're practicing their Heroes
absolutely.
of the Storm
That's
tournament.
right.
That's free.
I was doing that in college.
Now, keep in
All
mind
day.
that the ante's upped a little bit, too, for some of the stuff that we're going to be seeing at BlizzCon because it's the anniversary, right? Everything is always large and in charge when it comes to an anniversary. It means more. It's an important history event when it comes to just Blizzard gaming in general that you're a part of that. So I recommend that you take advantage of that. And to that, make sure you get your virtual ticket if you're not physically going. You see a lot of the main stuff. It's nice to just kind of see that. Yes, you can always see it afterwards. I don't know if they ever post it public. I might give you wrong information because I've always had the virtual ticket, so I don't really know what happens when you don't have it.
I don't
Best
think they
thing-
do.
Do what?
They probably don't.
Yeah, they don't
unfortunately.
post. Yeah, they don't post it
People do
afterwards.
snake it, and it does happen, but they're pretty
Oh,
good
yeah.
about shutting that down. So get your virtual ticket. If nothing else, you get your pets in game. You get your skins.
Yes.
You get your whatever the fuck they give you for all the other games. Get that stuff. It's you're gonna buy it anyway, so you might as well get stuff for it. And it's
Yeah.
something for every game, and you get to watch and enjoy. You get to watch and enjoy it, and you get to see the contest, the opening ceremony, and all that kind of stuff. We'll be bringing you live round the clock coverage starting on Tuesday with the road trip. You're gonna see some awkward car singing between me and Ella, but we're going to be doing Facebook Live, so make sure you follow PWNCAST on Facebook and Twitter and all those
I won't be
things.
there with Journey this year, man.
And we'll be live streaming DitchCon as well. It'll be on the PWNCAST Twitch page, so make sure you guys follow twitch.tv/PWNCAST because that's going to be where we're gonna live stream setup and everything. So you guys are going to get
Tell
to
them
see
about Lycan and I's drink off we're gonna do for
Well,
that stream.
Wait, what? Drink off?
Huh?
We're gonna go shot for shot on the stream. See who lasts
I
longer.
feel like
Oh, Lord.
somebody's gonna end up in the hospital.
It won't be me.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be me.
Yeah.
All right, I win. We don't have to do that.
Well, you
Moving
give
on.
Potts one beer and he's breakdancing in the middle of the floor. So he's,
Right?
2.5.
Men.
He's such a cheap date. It was very refreshing to not have to spend a ton of money.
But he didn't come across cheap. Like it was still like fancy and glamorous, but he's
Right.
he's a
I
cheap
raised my
guy.
pinky.
Pinky's up. So yeah, make sure you guys check that stuff out. Now let's talk about what's really, really important, which By the time you guys watch this, it'll already be patch day. It's going to be 7.1.
Whoa.
Return to
Proof.
Karazhan. Lots of things happening, which obviously the first thing on the agenda is going to be Karazhan. Now, after a lot of time and energy trying to find the attunement, I think WoW had finally posted the attunement, and Cash was kind enough to point that out because I've been trying to find this information. Now, let's talk about the attunement for Karazhan. Now, originally we were told that it was going to have to be a follower mission. That's actually incorrect. That follower mission is an addition. It's just an extra added bonus for you to get things, which is what lurks beneath the tower is the name of that, but you don't need to have that. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you originally did need to have it, and I think Blizzard changed it because too many people bitched on the forums, because I seen page after page of forums
my God, I gotta
from
be
like a month
attuned.
ago of people that had to go into that to get the attunement. So I think it was possibly changed or misinformation from people. Regardless, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go see Khadgar and Dalaran, and he's going to give you a quest, which I had in PTR and didn't know that that's what it was, which is Edict of a God King. And you're going to have to actually go into the Halls of Valor on...
Mythic. Everything's mythic.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why I have normal in there, but it's mythic that you have to...
Damn, fucking up.
I don't know what I did. And then the next step to that's going to be unwanted evidence, and you're going to have to bring a fell crystal fragment to Khadgar, and then the third step of that's going to be uncovering orders. You're going to have to go into Blackrook Hold, Violet Hold, and Vault of the Wardens, all on Mythic, to collect the things that you need for that to get the attunement. So, right off the bat...
It would suck if they're like, yeah, you have to do a Mythic 4 of each of those.
I know.
Sorry, guys.
That would be really crappy.
Figure it out.
Sorry, I'll see y'all.
But
And
this way, you guys know the attunement should be a fairly easy process.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
If you do mythics already, it should be relatively easy. Do it as a guild, guys. Get a bunch of groups together the day of patch and go do kill and be and be happy about it. Once you do that, you can then go in and do Karazhan and just be excited that you have a 2-hour dungeon, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a
60
video
gear.
on it, but with the bandwidth of BlizzCon, I just never got a chance to figure out how to get attuned, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I slacked.
Didn't care anymore.
That's my fault, so. But we will be going into it rather quickly, so I'll see about a guide and doing
Tomorrow?
that. I'd like to.
It's Purdy.
Yeah, I'd like to for sure. Now, in addition, they're adding Suramar quest lines, so we're going to be diving into more of the story. Fan favorite, guys. We wanted more.
Right.
They're
My
giving us
ass.
more. So, I gotta say
Fuck that
that
place.
there's so many people that are so negative about it, but then there's so many people that love it. And I think here's the thing: I went to Suramar day before yesterday, and I was.
But you live in there.
But I was
so-
popping out of my mask, and I was taking on everything because my gear. I'm just going to throw that out there. Like, I realize everything scales to you, but I wasn't dying.
Right.
I didn't die one time.
Yeah,
and
well,
I was,
it didn't scale to your gear.
I was taking literally 7 or 8 of these
That
guys
would
on, where
suck.
normally they would 7 or 8 of them would be death pretty
Oh
quickly.
yeah, you'd be screwed.
I
Yeah.
killed them all relatively easy, so I gotta say it does get better, especially if you're gearing. I'm 857 question mark item level, and it seemed to be a lot easier. So if you don't like it, you don't have to do it. Hopefully you've already progressed and gotten your Good Samaritan, but you don't have to go beyond that if you don't. It's your choice at this point. So feel free to do it or don't.
2 tunes that are
Is-
halfway through that.
I was gonna say, is it a possibility that it's gonna be part of the Pathfinder?
Well, the Night Hold.
It more than
Well,
likely
yes,
is.
no, that'll probably be, but also for the Night Hold, because the Night Hold is in Suramar.
Suramar.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to want to do that anyway. But just keep in mind that if you're raiding already and you haven't been to Suramar with your new gear, go try it on, see how it fits. And if all else fails, aggro shit and send it to somebody else, like people do to me all the time in Suramar. Especially hunters. It's my favorite when they misdirect the mobs that they got to me. It's not.
Or when they run all their mobs through my Death and Decay because
That's
I'm
right.
fighting 8 of them as it is.
And they think it's funny,
It's
especially
fine.
the Hordes do
Okay,
it.
like, and I was healing. It's
The
fine.
Hordes like
Not
to
a big
take
deal.
the mobs to you. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
why they do that. They're such jerks.
I'm not gonna say I've never done that, but I've definitely done that
You know
to
what I
people.
tell you I do? I said do.
You
what
do?
What I do is if I see somebody that looks like they're struggling, I will in fact stop and help them because I think it's
Right.
rude to not. I do. I really do.
I've done that before too.
I never get help. I won't
So,
help anybody else.
Well, that's
I'll throw
that's
dots
what.
on.
If you don't lobby for change, there will be none. Right?
Touche.
An
If you
eye
don't
for
lobby
an
for change,
eye.
there will be none. If you are not the one that makes the change, there will never be change. Somebody has to give.
Lycan.
Somebody
I
has
mean,
some-
I have a bunch of change right here.
And I
Okay,
can
yeah,
tell
I got
you,
changed.
I can tell you that this did pay off because I do typically help in Suramar. There's a quest where you have to keep killing the same guy until he talks, right? You have to keep killing him, and you're
Yeah,
pulling him
right.
around very large mobs. I overextended. I pulled more than I needed, and here comes a mage, and he stops and he helps me kill. I get what I need, and he moves along on his merry way. And I did, he was a horde, and I did slash bow as a thank you. Now
Yeah.
typically I have issues with hordes because they do mob steal. It is actually really bad. That's going to be my rant in my week in WoW, which I'm not going to talk about that now. And this isn't specific to
did.
all of them. But it was really nice to see a nice one who didn't have to because he didn't continue, like, wasn't doing the quest. He was just on his way, and he totally helped me, which I survived because I would have died because I pulled the big construct. I pulled a lot of really bad stuff on accident. So you do have to be the change you want to see. It might not be every time, but it will be that one time, and it will matter.
Speaking of change, I want to see. I got about tree fitty right there.
So, Suramar quests, you'll probably want to get in there and do that. If you don't like it, take a buddy, take a pal, take a friend. I'm always in Suramar, guys.
Take your guild.
Find
You do that.
me. Go in there and find me. Be like,
Yeah.
hey.
I always
where's-
have a buddy.
I'm always in there. I haven't been there this week.
Oh, I would look, but I don't want to be a battle tag stalker anymore.
You literally knew the exact amount of time he was in the Archway. That was really weird.
You were in the Archway for an hour and 14 minutes.
It's really
In
strange.
32 seconds.
So the raid, Trial of Valor. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about it. The reason I don't know much about it is because all this information on Trial of Valor came out at the week I'm trying to plan for BlizzCon
Right.
stuff. So I
You
don't know
finally
much
get to
about
fight
it.
Odin. So that's a,
Odin-
No,
it's
it's
a big
got
hell yeah.
3 bosses.
It is
Yeah.
Odin, Helya, and who else?
Been-
Because this is a continuation. So when we went through the Halls of Valor, we had to prove that we were good enough to have the Aegis, right? Or to control the Aegis. I'm
Right.
not really sure I understand that concept. It's not because I'm not educated. I just don't know
It's
that I-
have it.
But to be able to whatever, and the
To
guy
obtain
the guy we fight previously, the right before
Warm.
Odin, he's very upset because he's like, we shouldn't be having it. Like, he's not happy with us trying to do whatever.
God King Skullbald.
Yeah.
God King asshat, yeah.
So
And
Trial of Valor is a continuation of us proving ourselves. Then
No, because we've already got it, and I think we're going more into the lore part of the.
Yes.
See, there's a whole lore section behind who Odin is, who Helya is, and how they got in their positions. Like Odin is trapped in the Halls of Valor, and Helya is trapped in Helheim, and there's a whole story behind it. I mean, it's one of those mid-range for a PvP or PvE aspect. It's one of those mid-range raids that's going to lead us into the Nighthold, give us a little bit better gear for those who can't get a group right now. I guess for them or
it's more solo
Nightmare.
content then.
right.
It's their
Yeah.
catch-up mechanic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
their catch up. But I think it's going to focus a lot on the lore because the Guarm is the third boss. It's actually should be the second boss. It should be right before Helya. That's like her pet. That's
she
the
would
thing
be
that we
kind of
put.
hot if she wasn't such a bitch. I'm just saying.
She's kind of dead.
Calling it like I see it. She's got a nice rack, dude. It is what it is.
You would be
I don't
kind of.
draw them. I just
Old,
look.
cold, covered in mold.
You said you should be kind of hot if she wasn't a bitch. I was gonna say you'd be kind of hot, and then I stopped.
It doesn't hurt my feelings because I
No,
am
I
what I
don't
am.
have any.
I don't have feelings. So yeah, she's hot. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. So
That's
dead
what
or
it
not.
is. Everyone has a different
Everybody
preference
thinks
for
Sylvanas
characters.
is hot, and she's dead.
I don't.
I'm just saying.
She's cute.
She's kind of hot.
She's
Question mark.
She's probably kind of cold. She's dead.
I
So-
feel like, I mean, obviously she's engineered to be hot. Most of those badass female characters are engineered to be just a sense
story.
of boner. But I
think she's making up with something with her bow size.
Mm-hmm. Geek.
He's on a roll today.
that's actually quite valid. So the Trial of Valor is just going to be, it's built for people to be able to not have to
To go into a raid.
to go into a raid, and they'll be able to do those kind of things, which is nice.
I mean, it's good that they're doing that, because some people can't read.
That's
There's
true.
plenty of people that play this game that, LFR, a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people love it.
I haven't
they
been
get
into
to see-
LFR yet, and I'm supposed to.
Yeah,
for
it's,
some, I have to get
it's
corrupted
still
some shit.
another venue for people to see end content, so to speak, but it's just not on that end content level. So
And it's
I'm
meant to
pretty
go in and bounce it out. What, like half hour, 45 minutes?
When they're
Something like
offsetting, you have Karazhan. That's going to be a really long run. and then you have Trial of Valor, which is just 3 bosses. So
Yeah, 45 minutes, hour, depends on the group too. At the end of the day,
content
so
at this point. I mean, it's a nice break and a refresher if you're progressing. It's a nice for a new visual of something. I think that's really nice that they do that. I like that actually.
And then some people can't do Mythic pluses. That's just too much for them. That's like another aspect of raiding. There's way more mechanics that you have to follow.
Karazhan and Trial of Valor would be nice gear filler for those that are trying to progress through heroics or they're trying to catch up if you needed to pull in, somebody from backup and whatnot. I think it's good. I like that they're adding content.
I believe it's all $855 plus for normal.
For Trial of Valor.
For House of Valor.
I think it's 860. I know Karazhan's 860, right?
Halls of Valor is 840.
No, but I'm talking about Trial of Valor.
Normal is 855. Heroic is 870. Mythic is 885.
I wonder how that would be on a Mythic level. Interesting. I'm excited to see that kind of stuff.
Gross.
Yeah.
AIDS.
Yeah, you'd have declared Mythic, Nightmare.
There's also going to be tons of world quests being added, which I think is great. I am going to actually be talking about a world quest strategy for order resources in my PvP segment. It's just something that I was thinking of while I was doing it that I thought I would pass that on. But they're going to be adding tons of stuff to the world quest, which is great.
I just want more rep. That's all I want.
There's also I think Jim's probably going to cover that because I think there's a pet coming in the world quest.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
There should be a pet that's a lot of people have been talking about. I'm pretty sure that'll be covered later. So
Cornelius?
I'm not going to be talking about that. But now, there is going to be mounts and pets that are going to be added. There's a lot of just random stuff that I'm not going to cover because we've been talking about it as the mounts and pets have come out. We've talked about it, so you guys are pretty well versed from episode to episode. But I am going to go into a little bit of the class changes because I'm not really sure.
Say what's on your mind.
Well, because there's the shitty part about class changes is I don't really know what's for what. We do know that Nomi has a chance to stop dropping burnt food and start giving you slightly burnt food.
Did you, on that same note, did you happen to see World Egg Day on Twitter?
I don't know what that means.
So Blizzard for World Egg Day says, what would Nami cook on World Egg Day? And the amount of trolling that Blizzard went through with the Nami references was so fun. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw that in there, but if you haven't, go back to Blizzard's Twitter and check that out. You'll laugh your ass off for an hour.
That's crazy.
I saw it. It was insane.
So in regards to professions, we talked about the Blood of Sargeras vendor. So if you have stacks of that Blood of Sargeras, you probably have an ample amount. Go buy your mats with it. The vendor I'm assuming it's the same for everybody, but it's in between the herbalism and the whatever's on the other side, on the right side of the herbalist vendor. I don't use that vendor, so I don't know what it is. I just know that the herbalism, and then to the right side there's a person there that will give you an initial quest, I think, to do one, and then you'll be able to go in there.
That's cool.
So good to know.
I don't need cloth because I have 8,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of the other stuff that you can't buy is so much better.
Right.
Nomi can now teach Tier 3 recipes such as Nightborn Delicacy Platter, even if you don't know they require the other 2 recipes that you need, such as the Barracuda Murgler. And then for fishing, they did extend the bait time for some of those the buff time for some of those baits, which I think it needed.
That's cool.
I think it needed to happen. So
some of them 5 minutes or something
the Blessing of Thistleleaf is 5 minutes, the Salmon Lure, which is for High Mountain, and the Ravenous Fly, which is for the oceanic fishes, which I think there's 4 ? I don't remember in doing the quest, but it does extend that. And bait duration extension has been added to the Confused Seer Spine Murloc in Suramar. So that's nice that they kind of took that into consideration, because there would be times when you would waste a full bait for those specific ones. So I think that it's nice that they took that into consideration. There are some add-on changes. There's some visual quality of life changes, which most of the stuff we've already talked about. So what I want to try to do is talk about We'll start with PvP and then we'll go into the class changes. We already talked about the honor system, and when you prestige in 7.1, you will not lose the talents that you have, which is great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really great. And players will receive gold and artifact power in lieu of honor talents at higher prestige levels, which is really nice. Which, when you get an honor level, there's a reward at the end that will tell you what'll be your reward for that specific honor level, which is really, really nice. Sometimes it is artifact power, which is lovely, especially when you're using it, when you're up to like 90,000 for one trait.
100.
I grinded out 100,000 artifact power in 2 days.
The item levels of PvP gear rewards now scale as World Quest gear reward scale, and PvP gear rewards can be Titan Forged, Warforged, Socketed, all those beautiful things. So it's really nice.
That's awesome.
Well, right now it's kind of crappy. You go to do the PvP stuff and you're getting like an 805 PvP piece, and you're like, thanks.
Yeah.
Not if you're undefeated. It's usually higher.
Is that so?
Yeah.
840, 850.
This is nice. The first victory of the day bonus for you undefeated folks is a large artifact power reward, which is really nice.
For the battleground or
for all of it, for each section.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
wouldn't know
way.
that
Since you
either,
guys are
'cause-
undefeated, you're gonna be kings of the hill for your 2 undefeated.
Like, and we want you to join us.
I wouldn't know because 2 of the people on the show won't PvP with me, so
That's not true. I would be honored to get honor
He
with
says
you.
he would be honored, but I really feel like that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a lie.
true.
I mean,
Free
I
after
feel
the
like
show.
it'd be a little honor list because I don't think we'd win. I'm kidding. I'm
Oh.
kidding.
Guys, there's so many class changes.
There's
Can you read them all?
I'm looking at it right now. It's
It's
a
a
ton.
lot.
Can you read them all with like a UK accent? Read them with a UK accent. Go.
A lot of this looks like some of the classes that have been struggling have gotten quite a bit of a nice little buff, which is nice. Brewmaster monks now gain 15 additional armor from gear.
Frost mages are getting their big buffs they've been whining about.
Hey, Bell.
They got buffed like a lot.
Affliction Warlock's getting a buff.
Nice.
I don't
They're
know.
getting
See that?
super buffs. Oh my
Doesn't
god.
affect me whatsoever. And it's only by 5%. That's not even, nobody cares about that.
5% across
Across
the
the
board.
It ain't no 12%.
Yeah, but they needed it because when they buffed
Fury
Destruction
finally
and
got
they buffed
buffed.
Demonology,
Thank
they
God.
didn't buff Affliction. So Affliction does need...
Yeah.
I believe that all the specs should be equal in nature when it comes to power. So
Right.
I don't have a problem with
That's
Affliction
valid.
being buffed. So it doesn't... As long as they don't over buff Affliction and say fuck Demo and fuck Destruction, then I have a problem with that. And
Hey, at least Demo's playable now.
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of people are enjoying the Demonology.
Demonology is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Oh my
a lot
god.
of people are enjoying
It's
it.
great until you have to move.
Damn.
But
Yeah.
the pets are
The pets do all your damage
horrible.
though.
A lot
so
of changes to Fury. A lot of
Yeah,
increased
lot.
damage across the board, which I think it was
they
needed.
needed it. Yeah, absolutely.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's-
considering you can play arms on a garage door opener from the Great Words of Osmongold.
Hey, arms
Literally.
is fun.
Arms is fun, but it's like a 3-button rotation, 4-button rotation.
5. If you
Push it,
macro, then it's like
kid.
3.
Devour Magic has returned to Fell Hunters. That's interesting. Doom Guards, Doom Bolts increased 13%. Wow, it's already pretty large. Demonic, Demon Skin and Demonic Circle have swapped talent locations. How exciting! I get to choose between some other shit to be able to use some other shit in PvP.
That's right.
That's amazing.
Well,
It's gonna
that
be
that
Demon.
too in PvP.
Outlaw Rogue has been buffed quite a bit, which I was told it needed to be.
I've
Yeah.
been playing an Outlaw Rogue in PvP and PvE recently. The damage can be great if you get roll 6 on the roll of the bones, but outside of that, it's kind of bad.
Elemental
It's
got a
a-
nice little buff.
2% chance to roll 6 on dice.
A lot of changes to the Shadow Priest. There's a lot here. I don't understand any of that because I don't priest.
It's basically they're not buffing or nerfing the class. They're just adding an ability that makes it neutral. So you do more damage in shadow form when like outside of void form, and then whenever you go into void form, you're doing more damage than you would be in shadow form, but it equals it out. It's just
They've done a lot of changes for the PvP template.
Yeah.
So if you guys are PvPers, go check your template out. If you're PvEers, go check. Just keep in mind that when you're reading one, it's not for the other. So make sure you go check that out. There's a lot of stuff that they changed, especially like for the Warlock, which is what matters to me most in this world. For Destruction, looks like they've swapped some of the positions for the Honor Talent tree.
While you're looking at
Honor Talent, Focus Chaos. I don't know what that is, but it sounds... What? Focus Chaos increases the damage of your Chaos Bolt by 150%, but it no longer is also cast on your targets afflicted by your Havoc. Aww. So
you're swapping one for the other.
Yeah, I'd rather have my 2 bolts because I'm good. Bane of Havoc no longer replaces Havoc, and both can be used.
Ross DKs, watch your talents for PvP. They've completely remastered the bottom 2 rows of the talent tree in Honor. So it's which it needed, but they've really redone the whole thing. It's going to be interesting.
A lot of changes to all 3 specs for Monk as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us.
There's too much to read. There's a whole just half a page of just Monk stuff.
Huge,
it's too much. But just mind your class. If you're PvPing, go read your PvP stuff. If you're PvEing, go read your PvE stuff. So this way you're prepared. So that when you go to step in an instance or you go to step in a PvP situation, you're not completely hosed because you didn't know what happened.
So,
Bros and hoes.
All the hoes. As I'm told that there's many that are
Because
knocking on Jimma's door because,
Mm-hmm.
Jimbo. Pet Battle Master.
I mean,
yeah.
Our Debros are knocking too.
Pocket Pet Portal.
Man, that
Yeah.
Pocket Pet. So reminiscent of something else that you can buy on Amazon or eBay for $19.95 plus the cost of shipping and handling. And if you call right now, we'll send you 2 for the price of $19.95
Really?
plus the cost of shipping and handling. Money back guarantee and dishwasher safe, guys. Dishwasher safe. Feel free to wash your Pocket Pet Portal in the dishwasher.
Talking about the Pocket Change Protector? Oh.
What?
No.
It's a Pocket Change Protector. Oh.
That's just weird. That was even weirder than the Pocket Pet Portal being dishwasher safe.
That's right.
I don't even know.
We need someone to put this tree fitty,
With the add-ons and user interface, not to change the subject, but one thing too, they are changing and breaking the DBM in this patch.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're
All
in
they're
Xavius,
breaking is the visual overlay that tells you what to do.
well, with Xavius, with the blades. They are no add-ons will no longer allow player positioning. So therefore, it will not tell you where to put the blades. So just kind of let you know, for those who have relied upon that, and I've warned people about it.
It ain't our fucking raid relying upon that because we still don't do it right. So definitely ain't that. I love all of our raiders, I really do, but there's always the 4.
Exorcist raid tools or Exorcist raid tools. The people who got World First Mythic Xavius.
Oh, really?
Their add-on is completely gone because that's all it used to do for you. Is just assign things and so on and so forth. DBM, you can no longer have a rangefinder. It's gonna be quite interesting.
Imagine a world where we go back in time where we didn't have those type of quality of life
I
improvements.
know.
Imagine the skill level that we're increasing here by not
Oh my
having those
gosh.
things to rely on. There's going to be a lot of fresh fuckery going into this stuff, and a lot of people are going to be a little bit confused. But it's okay, guys. We're going to make it through together.
It's okay. I'll be confused with you.
Yeah, we're going to.
It's fine. Totally okay with it.
All those people complaining after the Mar, you can yell at the people who say they want it more like vanilla. So then those are the ones you can yell at.
We're vanillaing it up, guys.
I love vanilla. It's in the freezer.
To talk about that before we transition into the segments, I wanted to talk about that. So somebody commented on the episode, and they had a good theory regarding Tom Chilton about him possibly working on legacy servers. Who better to do it than the man who developed? So I feel like that was a possible theory, and I wanted to address that. I don't personally think that that's going to be a thing, just because I've seen their statement on they don't plan on doing that. Anything can happen, though, guys. We don't really know. Yeah. But it was another nice theory that I wanted to see your guys' perspective, if that is a possibility for him to be doing that.
Blizzard paid money to fly over the whole Nostalrius issue. I don't know how to say it, but the old legacy server issue that they had that were being hosted in France, they got it shut down. They flew them all into Anaheim. They talked to them. Said, look, let's sit down. Let's hammer some things out. And supposedly walking away from that, Blizzard said it's a possibility. This is all rumor, though. But recently they did come out and say that if Blizzard does not implement it, and they're kind of doing this in a dickish way, in my opinion, but if they're they said they're going to go ahead and reopen the servers and host them in Russia this time, so that Blizzard can't take it down because of the trade laws. Russia is very lax on letting pretty much anything being hosted there. So it is a possibility that he's working on it, but I just don't see them. I mean, they've been so against it for so long. Right. Why backtrack now?
And somebody had commented, he had said, there's so much more lore to cover. You guys are wrong. There's much more lore to cover. When we had made that statement, that was out of Blizzard's mouth themselves. They're using Legion to wrap up storyline. So I didn't pull that out of anywhere other than it was stated. So I know there's a lot of lore, but we could go another 100 years and still not be in some of these storylines, in truth.
True.
There's a lot of lore to cover, but I mean, you can even look at Blizzard's perspective on like the Emerald Dream. Guess where that came in? The Emerald Nightmare, and the Druid's class hole is now in the Emerald Dream, or as close to it as you can get. And so it's
fucking
like,
in it, like
it's like,
A lot of the stuff they're pulling for the lore now in Legion was either vanilla or prior to that, going back into the Warcraft RTSs. So, real-time strategy back in Warcraft 1, 2, and 3, the Frozen Throne, Orcs versus Humans. A lot of the stuff they're pulling from now is actually being pulled into Legion. That's why I said I can't imagine them going back, redoing everything just to bring... I mean, because once you put up the legacy servers, you're done. Are they going to do it on a rolling restart where, okay, now you're going to start with, this raid and move forward?
I don't really feel like they plan on putting into that. I think it's really difficult to look forward if you're looking behind. So I thought it was a nice fan theory, and I appreciate, that a Blizzard...
It had millions of people playing it because it was free.
Right, let's be honest.
Yeah. People are going to pay $15 a month to play
somebody is going to be like, oh, you guys are vanilla server haters. No, I'm just saying, like, that's valid logic. If something's free, I'm going to play it. Versus something that's paid sometimes because I'm going to prioritize the budget. And if it comes from me having tacos and playing something free, I'm going to have the tacos and play something free. Just as the nature of things. And then if you get your friends to convert over with you, you're not playing it alone. You have people to play with. So it's a win. It's a
win-win.
What did it? Never mind. But yeah, there's just double the pleasure when it's free for sure. But
double the fun.
Right. Well, it's fun for some. Others, it's just agony.
I know what you're doing there.
Agony. Just complete agony. Just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding.
The episode's derailing.
To that end, that's the bulk of the news. There's a lot going on in 7.1. Over the time, we've given you all the important points. Have no fear. I'll be doing a guide for all the things that are important so that you don't miss them. I've just been, BlizzCon's had a lot of my attention, I've been sick this last week, pretty much falling apart at this point.
Do you feel better, though? You feeling a little better?
I am feeling better. I just feel, how when you have the flu and your body just hurts, like everything just hurts, you don't really have like a pinpoint thing. That's kind of what's happening. My whole body is just like, can you please go to bed? We're sick of your shit. So
that sucks.
And I'm fighting it, so.
Is BlizzCon soon?
You don't look like you have.
You
don't look like you have Ebola.
I don't have Ebola, thank God, or the bird.
No Ebola.
Or the bird. I don't get flu shots, guys, because that does in fact give you the flu, and I'm okay. I'm good. You can have your flu shot.
Kind of wish that you did have it though, because then Blizzard would create a new companion pet for us to raise money for on the store, right?
Right, because then.
The fuck?
Just one sacrifice.
I wish you had Ebola so that I could get a new pet.
I would take it from you. Yeah,
I would take Ebola just to give you a new pet because that's the kind of friend I am, Jim. I'm always thinking of others. I'm selfless.
It wouldn't even be just for me, too. The community would all get it, and you'd go down as a legend.
There you go.
I'm already a legend.
Right?
Certain.
Suck
not a lot of people. Not a legend among a lot of people.
But would they really put a pet in that looks like Jaina?
Oh, maybe it'd be a little mini Dreadlord or something.
She already has a pet in there, right? The Nightmare Bell.
Tuesday is going to be my new hair. This time, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday is going to be my new hair. So if you guys follow me on Twitter or you follow the Facebook, whatever, I'm going to be posting and doing pictures and photo shoots and stuff and things because I'm going to have my new hair on Tuesday of next week. So The man with the plan, Mr. Chad, aka Celestalon himself, is going to be doing my hair, and I'm pretty excited.
Ooh.
That's pretty.
I know, it's going to be pretty awesome. So, moving on, because my hair is not important in any element at all whatsoever, guys.
I'm glad
Everything
you
was
said it. I'm glad you said it.
Your
It
hair's
was in the
important until
comments.
it's not important until you don't have it anymore.
Oh.
By the way,
Fuck.
both of our hair was in the comments last
God, that
last
was
week.
such a good zinger. I'm so proud of myself for that one. I have a 5 head, so I'm not talking any kind of crap.
After he does your hair, though, you'll have plus 10 int, right?
Yeah, he's gonna probably nerf it a week later because that's what Celestion does. He nerfs it. But
Nice.
okay, moving on. So we have some delicious lore. I don't know why I said delicious. That was just the most awkward sentence
You're talking about
I've ever
hair?
said.
Delicious and then lore.
And you're making this weird.
Finger
Dude,
licking
they're
good.
delicious.
I don't know what's going on.
Hey.
Save me,
So
like and
delicious.
please.
Has anybody ever had their sister say something was delicious? Because that's just how that kind of felt there for a second.
Save me from myself because that was
Why?
just super
Why?
awkward.
Wow.
That was a little bad. It's
So,
cool.
last week we talked about what got us to where we're at here. This week it's all about where we're at now. At the end of Warlords last week, we had been at the end of the Warlords rather, we had been hit the shores of the Broken Isles, killed a bunch of demons. We watched Tyrion Fordring ask for one more request once again, and we were still chasing the whole Gul'dan, not Gul'dan. We watched Varian do his best Leroy Jenkins impersonation and Vol'jin getting killed by a trash mob by taking an arrow to the knee. When we got back to our respective cities, Jaina further solidifies that, in fact, she is a Dreadlord, and Sylvanas reluctantly took the whole war chief part. Afterwards, people would AFK when our alts, Legion Evasions dropped really nice gear, Magni Bronzebeard does his best impersonation of a playing card, and Ask Algalon the Observer out on a date. All while us and Khadgar returned to his old home, farmed the fiery war horse mount, and Khadgar felt so homesick that he moved Dalaran Apu above Karazhan, but didn't like the new location, so he moved it out for a better view of the ocean. Now, after picking up the new shiny weapons, we headed out to Azuna. I picked Azuna, well, because I'm in charge of the lore segment, so it was my choice. We meet up with
I have no control over what's going on right now.
Not at all. We meet up with the demon hunters and look for Illidan's body, but give up after a while after killing one single demon. We then see a blue dragon caught up in chains and try to free her. She sends us out to kill a warden traitor rather, and go back to looking for the first Titan keystone. We meet up with an older blue dragon who tells us to look for some ghosts in the south. After learning about the selfless acts of the prince, we head back to the school to find the shards of the Tidestone, do all the work, only to have it taken from us in the end. We learn about how the prince followed us around, met up with Queen Azara only to have her bubble Hearth away and release us from her prison. We then head to the Eye of Ashar dungeon only to get killed by a damn seagull, grab the Tidestone, get epic loot.
That's 100% valid, too. That's the
100%
worst part
valid.
about that.
Is the blue
Wrapped up
dragon
Azuna.
Stellagosa?
Stellagosa
I'm
and then
obsessed
Senegos.
with Stellagosa. I don't know why. It's a weird name for a dragon. Stella?
Sounds like Stellagosa.
Sounds like
some wine.
Stellagosa got her groove back is really what's happening. Sorry, Andy
Oh.
Dost. I'm listening.
I was thinking Stella Artois, but that's because I'm thinking alcohol in my brain. But anyway, then we head out to Val'sharah to meet up with the Sith Lord Malfurion. He has seen things through rose-colored glasses and heads out to look for his buddy Cenarius, who we find laying down on a job. We need to go find the other druids and summon Ysera to help us break the demigod slumber. So we go out wandering through the forest to kill some harpies and furbolgs and satyrs. Nobody? Oh my. After sending a few goats, after smiting a few goats, we head back to Malfurion and summon Ysera from the Emerald Dream. She allows us to go to get the Tears of Elune. We get thwarted by Xavius and go back to a crying Malfurion. After claiming Ysera as a mount for a bit, we kill a bunch of the Nightmare Druids. We walk into a trap. Ysera turns Super Saiyan and Xavius Ninja loots our mount.
It's really true.
After choosing to leave
That's
Malfurion captive, we head off to the temple, kill Ysera. Sorry for the spoiler. It's been a couple weeks now. We then see the Warcraft version of the TV show Heroes, grab the Tears of Elune, then head to the Darkheart Thicket to save the Sith Lord. Now, on to High Mountain, where we get to meet a bunch of Calamies to take back their stolen hammer. We're sent out to gather more Calamies to help the Thunder Totem. As we head out looking for help, we stop and say hi to Rivermane, Skyterror, and the Blood Totem tribes. We found out that MC Hammer, Dargol, tells us that we can't touch this, sorry. and thinks that the tribe can handle the Legion on their own, but we're too legit to quit. We chase Dargol into the cave, and he lays the hammer down, leaving just us alive to warn the others, gathering more and more of the Calmees together to allow them to meet and hammer out the details. And then there are the Blood Totem, which are now grilled and called the Fel Totem. They align themselves with the Legion and fight against us. However, we bring Navarog back and the Stone Dark Drogbar's allegiance. Everyone together, we go for a walk with Mela and Ebonhorn. We head to Neltharian's lair to learn about Haln and, you guessed it, another dragon, Deathwing. Deathwing was challenged by Haln, who did his best Moses impersonation asking Deathwing to let his people go. Deathwing then gets hammered and stuck in Deep Hole.
That's actually
Afterwards, we found out that Ebonhorn is a dragon in hiding, and Rathian is not the only black dragon left on Azeroth. And before you people go forward, the other black dragon that's still alive is out in Outlands. One more village to save, but Dargol thinks that they're not the sharpest tool in the shed and escapes. We head into Neltharian's lair, kill Dargol, and Ebonhorn gives us the hammer and lets us know that we nailed it with all the quests that were set out in front of us. Next, on to really big women and some men.
Hold on. With the Fel Totem thing, without trying to cut you out, with the Fel Totem thing, whenever you're going to the cave, if you stop for a second and go to the right of the cave and pick up that treasure chest, it'll say, "What do we have to offer?" And it says everything. Oh, yes. That's not that bad. Yes. I was like, holy shit, I didn't catch the first time. That is amazing.
I was going to throw that in there. I wasn't sure how to put it. Yeah, you walk over and he goes, what do we have to give? And he's, everything. And it sounds in Gul'dan's voice, too.
Yeah. Like,
oh, God. So, I'm going to do this one from the Alliance perspective, because that's really the only faction to play. We jump on a ship and crash into a mountain. Faction. Where we meet up with Winnie the Pooh, War Master Cho, Havi, who knows that what we already want. The Ages of Agrimar. So, we kill a bunch of Calmees and head out to Agrimar's vault to get the Aegis. There, God King Scovald gave everything to Gul'dan so he can get ultimate power and conquer many worlds. To prove our worth, we must complete 3 trials. The Trials of Might, the Trials of Will, and the Trials of Valor. We challenge Jotnar, sorry, I can never say his name right, Jotnar for the Trial of Might, after we collect his body parts. After defeating him, he grants us a boon, which was slightly disappointing because I thought I was getting a boo from Aladdin, but anyway. After that, we head out to the Hydra Shell, where we get the hook shot, and people who played Zelda will get that reference, to head into the village. Get some climbing boots, a nasty-ass cloak, and a lodestone, giggity, and head up to the mountain. God King Asshat gets in our way, once again, but eventually we meet up with Vithir, and yep, another dragon, but this one is made of lightning, so it's okay. We kill the Vrykul, save a bunch more dragons, and a dragon mother. She grants us a boon, again, disappointed, and allows us to pass the Trial of Will, which is the butt of the joke. Your mother is such a dragon that... Never mind. So, we fly down the mountain, screaming lightning bolt as we kill the Valkyr below, and head back to the 100-acre woods to meet up with Havi the Pooh again. A tree then sends us to re-kill a bunch of dead kings. However, one of the dead has its bones strewn all around, and God King Asshat stands in our way once again. We need to save the Valkyr, Queen of Shelter, to kill her anyways, but alas, we try and save her, but get banished to Helheim. Helheim is the home of Helya, and we re-kill more dead things and prove our worth. Afterwards, we go back to Helya, and she lied, of course. But we sneak out after she was weak. We release yet another dragon, destroy a bunch of Legion portals, and defeat God King Asshat, and he leaves. We discover that Havi the Pooh is actually Odin, and allows us to go into the Halls of Valor, where we had to get the Aegis and meet up again with God King Asshat, but we finally get to kill him this time. After fighting Odin, we claim the shield and head back out to good old Khadgar. Now, then there is Suramar, fan favorite, my ass, where we meet up with to find the Eye of Aman'Thul. Unfortunately, Gul'dan beat us to it, and took with him Grand Magistrix Ellison to join him. We get to meet a wonderful group of people called the Nightborn, the Nightfallen, and the Withered. There we run around, play cosplay, getting killed, gathering ancient mana, killing demons, with dinosaurs, getting killed, finding ley lines, opening portals, getting killed, and enabling the junkies. We experience all this death to open up 2 mythic dungeons, only to experience death with all of our friends this time. I don't want to go further into the lore of this zone, only because there's still a lot of people who have not finished the Story quest line, so I'm not going to go into too many spoilers, especially one of our own cast members have not finished the Story quest line. But that's Legion in a nutshell. We had the hammers and the shields, tears and tidestones, dragons and junkies. I am excited for where we've been, look forward to what is coming, and as of recording this episode, 7.1 starts tomorrow with more shit to do in Suramar. Lots more lore coming, so hopefully next week I'm going to go ahead and start looking forward to where we're heading at. I'll have a little bit more reference back to where we're at in 7.1 and kind of start from there.
I'm not going to lie, you're muted, Bell.
That was fucking amazing. That's all I'm going to say there. That was amazing. That was a nice little catch
that
up
was
from
actually
then
really
to
good.
now.
I tried to...
Go ahead. I was going to say, I'm not going to lie, the first time I stepped foot in Serum, I was like, these look like cracked out Nettles. What's going on here?
Yeah,
and I progressed through the storyline, I was like,
they're
holy
doped up,
shit,
man.
That's what
they're
happened
actually cracked out Nettles.
they used the mana to power their city, right? The ley lines, and it became a part of them. That's what happens when you smoke crack too much. Hots, you know
See?
that.
Right?
The crack cocaine.
It was so good when it touched your lips.
That was pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to the future lore, though, especially diving a little bit deeper. Hopefully people get caught up with those Suramar quest lines, because I need more Suramar information, and I want to dive into those quest lines that we're going to be jumping into, because it is going to expand on things that we've learned. So,
as we start getting more into Suramar with the quest lines too,
of
we'll
course.
understand where the Nighthold's coming from, what we're going to be doing in the Nighthold. I mean, there are a lot of bosses and a lot of things that are connected with the whole ley line thing. Please, if you haven't gotten your Good Samaritan achievement yet, you need it for the what do they call that, the Legion Pathfinder.
You do need
go out and do it. It's good quest lines. As much as I hated the zone and still hate it, it's still a fun quest line.
I want to do it for the artifact power.
There's a ton of it
Do it like druids? Is that what? I don't
in the
know.
general channel.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
It's hot like heroic.
Oh my.
So some people get the reference.
Oh my. Jim, I know I'm going to awkwardly transition to you, because I'm not sure if I can completely recover from that. Tell us
Is he
what's going on in
delicious?
the pet battle world, Mr. Pet Battle Grandmaster.
Well, none of us will recover from that, but we got some stuff going on. I've mentioned previously on multiple episodes how much gold I've made buying and selling companion pets.
You mean rub it in our face?
Not completely, just
Not
more of like
really.
my tactics and.
Just kidding.
But yeah, so let's discuss buying and selling companion pets, right? Number one rule: buy low, sell high. Easy mode, easy rule: buy low, sell high. If you enjoy farming items, mounts, pets, and game, that's how you're gonna maximize your profit. If you spend time and farm it, it's all profit. I don't do that. I buy low and I sell high. The hardest thing about this, though, is understanding the market. It really, we've got hundreds of pets now, and that's the number one question I've always gotten in the comments to certain videos for buying and selling pets. What pets? And it's hard for me to just say these pets are selling. But we've got a patch, with a new achievement, raiding with leashes 4, and I've mentioned multiple times, go get those pets, learn them, you'll get credit towards the achievement, and then go sell them. So raiding with leashes 4, it's an achievement. You have to collect 16 new companion pets from Alduar, TOC, and Ice Crown Citadel. And then, you'll work towards that achievement. And that's a great place to start as far as buying and selling pets if you haven't been doing them, because they're going to be needed. A lot of people will farm them themselves, but there's a lot of people that would just rather buy them. And throughout the next 6 months to a year, a lot of people just need 1 or 2 more to complete the achievement. So you want to go farm them and sell them. That's a great place to start if you don't know the market at all. And then if you want to expand on that, you can look at the other raiding with leashes achievements. You look at those lists, because there's 4 of them, about 16 pets each. So those are always going to be in need, right? So that's good. I'm excited for the new pets. I'll keep you updated. Those 16 new companion pets I obviously haven't battled with yet. But if they're rare or worth a lot more gold based on, drop rate or how good they are in battle, or maybe a specific breed, some of them might have different stats at max level, right? So you want to know certain breeds that will increase the value of some of the pets. I'll let you guys know that. But for now, learn it, get credit towards the achievement, unlearn it. It's now an item. Give it to your friend to learn. They can unlearn it and then sell it, right? You can really get some teamwork together if you're trying to complete that specific achievement. So that's good with buying and selling companion pets. You really have to scan the auction house. It's not a quick rich or a get rich quick scheme. If you're looking to just have another thing in game, just take some time and understand the market. Scan the auction house every couple of days. It's not necessary, but if you've got other characters on other servers, you can look at those other auction houses, because pets really fluctuate by hundreds and thousands of gold. So sometimes it's easy to get an idea of how much pets sell for. Sometimes you have no idea, because one day it's 5,000, the next day it's a couple hundred or 10,000. So we'll always keep you in the loop, and really just got to spend some time to do that. The great thing now, Hollow's End is back. Yeah, thank you for the approval. Struggling there, right? We got those. Go get your spooky pet supplies and decorate your garrison, because you want to get those 3 undead companion pets that were introduced last year, 2015, Hollow's End.
And even though we don't use the garrison, it's still fun to go back, use your Hearthstone and go back.
I use it every day.
Stuff. Yeah, I use
it. Do you go back a lot still? Sauce?
I go back every day too. Yeah.
I go back to get to do my Hexweave.
Well, my auctioneer's in my garrison, so I use it every day.
Oh, that's cool, right?
Every day.
So yeah, there's still use, and especially with this event.
I got 30 Hexweave bags just sitting in my bank right now.
Nice.
So
I need some on another server.
But it's nice. You mentioned the spooky supplies and buying those decorations. It's nice to go back and see it decorated for Halloween and for Christmas and all that. It's really, it's nice and festive.
I use mine to swap talents for a raid.
Oh, there you go.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you have to be in a rested area to swap talents unless you have the tomes, which are way too expensive.
The tomes are not expensive if you have somebody on your raid team that makes them.
Or if you're a real
the mats
hero
aren't
class,
worth it whenever we're using Ventus runes.
If real hero class, just go back to your class order hall.
Well, yeah, it's just
and teleport right back.
God.
I have 3 different Hearthstones. Okay, I mean, why not pop one?
We just DDoSed his segment. I'm sorry.
No, I'm enjoying this. No, it's good. I'm enjoing this.
Well, here he comes with his elitist talking about the tomes aren't worth it. Mythics aren't worth it.
Damn.
Well, those pets, you want them in your collection. I mean, if you're a big collector, obviously you got to catch them all or collect them all. But one of them is really good. I like the Spectral Spinner. It comes in a variety of breeds. My favorite is the Speed, right? It has more speed, so it'll attack first in more scenarios. All of the breeds are good, though. Spectral Spinner, the Ghostly Maggot, and the Ghastly Rat. All great undead pets for your collection. So enjoy your Hallow's End. There's a lot more stuff to do, but if you're a collector, get those pets because you need them in your collection. And BlizzCon, we keep talking about BlizzCon. It's kind of a big deal. It's soon.
Yeah, around the corner.
So I'm excited. I'm going. This will be my second BlizzCon. I know what to expect. I know the area a little better. But before I I had the privilege of going to BlizzCon and getting all these cool items for going, I would buy the virtual ticket, right? So the last couple BlizzCons and virtual tickets have had awesome companion pets. The developers have made some of my favorite companion pets. And once, you only have a month window to really order your virtual ticket and get them. So, last year was Mercadin. It was awesome, like a little Illidan Murky. Amazing. The Gromlock was cool, too. I don't know what to compare him to.
I really liked him just because he had his little axe. He was pretty awesome.
And he hits hard. He actually hits really hard. What would you compare him to, though, faction-wise, I guess? He's like a little murky.
Grommash?
Well,
Thank you. Well, yeah.
I thought he was trolling because I Sorry.
I don't know where to go with that one.
Because like to troll each other.
He's asking probing questions so that he could engage the audience. I got you. I'm here.
There you go.
I also, I needed a bone. Throw me a freaking bone here. No, thank you. And then Gromlock was great. Merkalot was the first one. I think that was the first virtual ticket I bought, and he's awesome for a number of reasons. So this year, the big event, it's 2 Murky pets, which are cool. I think you guys told me they look like the Murlocs from Diablo more. Yeah? Or it's like a new style of Murloc?
Yeah.
I don't Diablo. But I thought it was a Horde and Alliance version that was more like the movie. Was it not more towards the movie Horde and Alliance version? No?
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
I felt like it was like from the movie, like armor from the movie, like more.
Right.
Horde
That's what it was.
Movie. That's what I thought.
Good. Yeah, so there's 2 of them. They look great, and I like that there's 2 of them, right? Legionnaire Murky and Knight Captain Murky. So if you got a chance, if you've got $40, I know it's extra cash and money's tight sometimes, but get it. It's kind of like an investment if you're a big
That's
pet
money for me
battler.
to transfer characters over.
There's enough
And you're
stuff
not-
that even if it's not World of Warcraft, there's enough items that you're getting to almost make the price of
Yeah,
getting
for
something that
everything.
you
It's
already want to
worth
watch
it.
worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, my friend
40 bucks for all that loot? Yeah, that's great.
all the in-game items because you probably play other Blizzard games. My friend doesn't really know how it works. He's a big Overwatch head, and he knows I don't play it. So he's like, "Can I have the skin?" I'm like, "That's not how it works." He's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
you
give
can't
it to
trade
me."
it.
I'm like,
But also
You
buying
get-
the virtual ticket, in addition to the awesome pets that you get in the other game stuff, you also get access to the gear store of stuff that ticket holders can buy. So it's nice for that as well.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
it's good.
access to the gear store at first, which was kind of funny.
"You got it now, though. You're good."
Yeah. I sent his
Turn
ticket to
up.
the GM.
I bought a cup and
Nice.
some shirts and some other crap.
Can you spell iCup, Bell? Haha. So that's all I had. I really just wanted to talk about the cool BlizzCon pets, Hollow's End, and then
Fucking
I want to
good.
give more buying and selling tips because I've always said how I was going to do that. I'm like, I made so much gold, and I really haven't been doing it lately. So even though my absence is not there, or I've been absent from doing it every day, I still want to help you guys make some gold. It's just really because I'm lazier and I've kind of retired right now. So
There
I'll
you
help
go.
you guys make some gold. Yeah,
Interesting.
not sell you anything.
Like,
Okay, that was super good. What a great thing to know about raiding with leashes. I know a lot of people look forward to that. I've heard a lot of talks of it on the forums and on the various Facebook and Twitter interwebs. People are super excited about that. I think I have all of it up to 4? Question mark. What's 3? What was 3's requirements? Raiding with
You
leashes?
got you got that cute. I think that I'm probably saying it wrong. It looks like the little priest logo. It's a cute. It's a
Isn't
K.
it
Oh,
the Naru,
Tricky.
right? No?
The Naru.
Yeah, yeah.
The Naru
So, and this is the thing that it
Okay.
actually bothers me. There's certain things that just they shouldn't bother you, but they do. So you could use leveling stones because you can't battle with that one from the 3rd rating with leashes. So you'd put a stone on it and it would gain levels. And I wanted to only use the magic stones. I didn't want to waste my stone that can level any breed of or family of pet. And then they patched it so my pet stuck at level 6.
Well, the
You
same
can't
thing
battle
with the
with
plushie. You can't. The plushie just sits there and gives you hugs and does weird shit.
Right, but that one you can actually level and fight with. This one you can't fight with at all. So I was still like, well, I want it to be level 25. So I only used 6 stones and figured I'd do it another time. And Blizzard patched it, so it's stuck
Rude.
at 6.
Rude,
Yeah,
rude.
really.
Yeah.
Random as shit.
Yeah.
Interesting. So before,
Nice. They were on to you.
thanks for that beautiful pet battle
Bean
segment.
footage?
Yeah, the bean footage. That's right. I'm hungry. Not what's important. Let's before I get into some PvP talk, I want to talk about World Quest. So I noticed that, especially with all the stuff I've been doing for BlizzCon, that my bandwidth for being when I log in is take care of guild things and then have a small window of being able to do something fun for myself. So when I was prioritizing through my World Quest, which is typically what I have to do, right? I have a set goal each week of things I need to do outside of the emissary stuff. Even if you're full, revered, exalted with all the things, you need to make sure you're doing your emissary quest because that's a possibility of a legendary. It's just dumb to not do those things, guys. You don't have to do them every single day. You can let them stack up and go in and boom, boom, boom. Get all 3 of them done as long as within that time limit.
Right.
One of the things that I have had a tough time prioritizing is order resources. The reason being is because I don't have a lot of time in game. This is not for you guys that have a lot of time in game that are able to complete a lot of quests to be able to get and stack up these order resources. So for myself, and this would be good for Secret because he doesn't have the time, what I do is I do use the World Quest add-on that we have talked about previously and actually filter through just the order resources when I have, like, if I know I have about 45 minutes to an hour of time before I pass out at my computer, I want to go in and get that. So what I did on Wednesday is I went in, I filtered it all by order resources, started with one map, worked my way around, did all the world quests for order resources, and I was up 12k order resources in an hour
Dang.
span. So
I need that.
it's nice if you use the filter option. If you have a specific goal in mind, if you need gear, use that filter option. This way you're not filtering through a bunch of crap and you could just go to your end game really quickly. But specifically for order resources and artifact power, that's really useful for you to go in. If you say, okay, I need this much artifact power, you can go in and bust those out in a really quick manner. Just start counterclockwise and go all the way around while you're doing your... And most of the time in doing that, you'll complete your emissary naturally, with the exception of Kirin-Tor, because Kirin-Tor's kind of split all over the map.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give that little tidbit because that's been really helpful. I really did... I hadn't put any more resources into my order hall advancement because I wasn't able to bank those order resources because I kept using them for my fucking mission board. So I went in and got 12k and was able to put 10k towards towards that. So use the filter option and prioritize your time if you're low, if you have days where it's, you know, there's going to be a bad week where you're not going to get a lot of time in there. And prioritize.
That's good
it that
advice
way.
for me. No, I like
Yeah,
it.
for sure. Because it is a little overwhelming, especially when you haven't logged in a couple days because of work or kids or you know, whatever, and you log in and you're like, I don't know where to start. Start with what you need immediately and then work your way back if you have time.
Right.
So that is that. Getting help on World Quest is always great, but I'm going to be 100% honest with you. If you are little on time, don't sit around and wait for a group of people. Just go in and do your thing. You can do most of that stuff solo. You don't really need help. And if it's a world boss, go there. You'll see people flock to the world boss. Go there, do the
Absolutely.
things. Stand right there where the world boss is. Go and look at the pre-made group, find one, get pulled to that server, boom, kill it, done, good. But they drops 860 gear, so you want to, and a possibility of a legendary. Anything you do is a possibility. So take advantage of the little time you have and prioritize with your world quests accordingly. Don't think you don't have to do them because you're strapped for time. So
I want to know if you can get a legendary from pet battling.
I'm gonna say no.
I don't.
That's just me
Do
though.
you loot for pet battles?
Well,
do you get a loot?
you
Is there
don't loot. You get after completing the world quest, you get the item that gives
so you
you,
could
right?
probably
It's-
get it from a world quest with pet battling, but you wouldn't. The pet battle itself, I don't believe it would drop because you're not looting anything.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be weird.
I don't
that
think
needs to
I've
happen.
heard of it. I don't think I've heard of it.
I'm just curious.
Well,
I
that
didn't
would
mean
go
to
down
beat
in
us.
history.
It
I'm
came
all
across
looking
my
at. I'm
day.
giving him that dirty look, like, No, I actually don't. I don't believe that that's the case. To be 100% honest, I do know that Soda got a freaking legendary in raid yesterday. I had to step out of raid because I was painting pumpkins with my children, and we took a little longer in raid than I wanted to. And
Painting what?
painting pumpkins.
Pumpkins?
We decided instead of making a mess carving them, I bought the kids little pumpkins and they painted them. I painted a minion. I was very happy with my minion. He was adorable.
It was
Yeah,
cute.
look good.
I mean, it looked really derpy though. The minion's face was like huge derpy. Looked like a minion on crack. So moving on. So that's my word on the world quest for those that are crunched for time.
Nice.
So I did do we had RBG tryouts, the first set. We're going to have more after BlizzCon. And it was nice to be able to go in with a full team of 5. That was nice because it's easier when you're doing randoms because we didn't have enough people or enough of the right comp to do RBGs for the actual tryouts. So we did just go in to do randoms. And with some of the tweaks, I found that I'm not struggling a whole lot as a caster when I have people around me that know what they're doing. So going into a random battleground by myself, it's a little tricky because not everybody's on your same page. But we did pull a lot of wins, and I was really happy to see that. I was also really happy to see Alliance pull together, and a lot of these guys in these maps were doing really well. Some of the maps that are just going to be awful, like Silver Shard Mines. It's awful on a non-pre-made. It's really awful because everybody has different strategies, especially when they're coming from different backgrounds and they think they're right. Yep. And they don't listen when you tell them to go lava because lava's going to cap first. They don't fucking listen, and they stay on water when they're not supposed to because that's just what we do. So I did find it quite refreshing. It was really nice. PvP, I hadn't done it in a couple weeks because I haven't had time, and it felt a lot better to me. I was a little bit rusty going in because if somebody knows of an add-on that will swap my bar with a click of a button, if there's like an add-on where I could have bars for different things. I'm used to having 2 destro specs, and with my secondary destro spec, my PvE bar is very different than my PvP bar. So it's a struggle each time I want to swap back and forth. So if you know of an add-on that'll easily swap my bars for me, with me being able to tell it, please comment on the show and tell me something. I don't want anybody to suggest something they haven't used. I'd like something that somebody's used, so I know that it's so I know that it works.
I don't know if there is an add-on like that.
I'm sure there's one that'll swap your bar. I'm sure somebody out there has had the same attitude because they can't. When they made all the specs open, they basically took away my customization for my PvP, and I think that's shitty. Whatever, I'm not going to cry about it, guys, because I'm a fucking professional, and that's what I do.
I'm pretty sure no one has the same attitude as you, Belle. You're one of a kind.
I'm pretty sure that was an insult, but I'll take it.
No.
So, we're in regards to PvP, I've seen a lot of casters, guys. A lot of casters. I actually seen more casters this last week in PvP than I did melee, which is really nice. Some battlegrounds was like all casters and maybe 2 melee. Still
Well.
seeing tanks. I'm really upset about seeing tanks, and I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to acclimate to seeing those tanks there. I'm really giving
Deal
it.
with
My,
it.
GG's, it's okay.
but I am trying. But even I'm seeing more when you didn't used to see them, even in battlegrounds.
Right.
It's just not the norm. I'm adjusting, guys. I'm learning to be a better human and to not automatically be rude. So I am trying my hardest. I really am. I still don't like it, but I can kill them. It takes a couple people, but I can kill them. It's not as
There you go.
easy. But I think that's normal. If you're a tank in PvP, you shouldn't be easily killable, but you should be
No,
killable.
absolutely not.
I do really like Vengeance. I really like Demon Hunter tanks, both opposing them and killing them as far, because it's really tough to do. And I do like them just in general. I think their gameplay is really fun to match against. I do enjoy going up against that. So it's nice. It's
As long as we don't start seeing those tanks in all the high-end arena teams, it's fine.
With the
except we
survivability though of Frost, Blood DK is one of the best things to play, in my opinion, in arenas and PGs right now.
Please don't say arenas. No, don't say
did.
arenas. Tanks
The
don't
amount of
belong in
DPS
arenas.
Amount of DPS and crowd control that a Blood DK can do, it's very
Yeah,
viable.
it's
Suck
pretty
my
gross.
balls. They don't belong in arenas.
I've never seen one. Don't worry.
I've just conceded to seeing them in battlegrounds, and I'm getting okay with it, and I'm acclimating to the new visuals of seeing that shit on my bar, but they don't belong in arenas.
They're gonna be there.
No, they don't
They're
belong.
gonna
in
be
arenas.
there.
Take
I
yourself.
know.
Not at
out.
high rank.
Every
Not at high
time
rank.
I see Bell queuing for arena, I'm gonna hop on the DK.
I actually haven't
And-
done arenas in quite some time, and I think a lot of it's because I'm gun shy from Warlords, and I'm scared to step back in there.
You're wounded, and we're trying to bandage you
My
up.
pride
and get
is
you
really
back in
hurt.
there.
My pride got hurt a lot in Warlords, guys. It was tough to recover for me.
Blood DK does Sherlock.
But I am seeing a lot more casters, which is really nice to see. Obviously, a lot of fire mages because they're the flavor.
Flavor.
Yeah.
They're the flavor.
Gonna
of the
go Blood DK.
But it's been nice. I haven't been decimated by a lot, as far, I mean, outside of the normal stuff being a caster. But I am quite enjoying the CC. Still pretty bad. I'm still spending a lot of time CC'd. But with adaptation, it is less, so it is a little bit better. But they're balancing a lot more, and they're adding some stuff in the patch. So I will be testing the new changes. As far as a whole play style, as far as a group is concerned, I'll be testing to see kind of how that feels, and we'll just kind of go from there. But it's not terrible right now. I don't know.
I like PvP. I think it's in a good place.
I do think, and I think because they're trying to continuously work towards it as an esport, you're just going to continuously see them put into it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the high end, a lot of the top tier PvPers are loving it. So that's how I gauge what's good. And I shouldn't because they're pros, but it is the pros that keep doing it. And if they vocalize when they don't like something. So you guys,
Yes, they do.
we've seen this in beta where they were pissed off about stuff. And when they're not pissed off about stuff, I know Blizzard's in a good direction.
Yeah.
With what that means. So I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah.
With the direction they started in Warlords, though, and the separation of the PvP and PvE aspect, and now going with their own talent trees in PvP, it's refreshing to not see the PvEers getting nerfed because of how bad they're doing in PvP
Agreed.
or how good they're, and vice versa.
I agree with that.
Well, they were getting closer and doing so. I don't want to say so well because some people might kill me on that one. But with balancing the gear, that was always the challenge, right? PvE and PvP gear, and the talent seems like the next step. And you're right; it seems like it's. I feel like they still got better. Like it wasn't terrible in the previous expansion, but I like the talents.
Yep.
I won't complain about PvP anymore.
Why not?
Whenever I don't get 3-shot by a fucking enhancement shaman with dispersion
I don't
on.
get 3-shot by an enhancement shaman.
I mean,
I
Now
had
they are really
dispersion on.
they do hurt. Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know if it was exactly 3-shot, but I know I saw my health go.
Oh, you mean you have to put in work?
I had
Aw,
dispersion on.
It doesn't just
How
come
am I?
naturally to you.
You can't
Aw.
cast with dispersion on. I don't. It's a cooldown with 60% damage reduction, and I got 3-shot. I don't know what to
Look at
do
this
about
face.
that.
I'm so sad for you.
You mean 3 Shadow Priests can't go in a wrecked face anymore in arenas?
It doesn't. That's not.
You should
that's
have never
beside the
abandoned
point.
your monk because your monk is playing fabulously in PvP right now.
Oh, it's.
You
But
abandoned it for
it's
madness,
still
and this
the-
is your payback. How good is
He
the
plays
monkey?
everything.
It's still a side. I have like 7 110s now, but
7?
Yeah.
Last week you had 5.
Nothing
Yeah.
says I have no life like I have all maxed out.
He's so
characters.
tired too. He wants to go to sleep right now. He's so tired.
Nothing says I'm single like I have all maxed
Oh
out.
You
no.
can't kill that which has no life.
All bad.
unless you
I'm just
unplug
kidding.
the internet.
I learned from last week's episode. I wanted to
valid
jump
right there.
in there. I was like, Belle, stop it.
You Jim's new name is Hot's dad.
brother.
Jim Cleaver is his new name.
Oh no.
Hashtag Jim
Cleaver.
Cleaver. If you watch the show at the Pwnecast, at Jimma Banks, at Belle of Pwnecast, at all of us, hashtag Jim Cleaver. He's the
Show title.
He's the new dad of evening
Googling
TV
that right
and
now.
protector of Hots' virginity.
Oh no.
The dad from Leave It to Beaver?
Exactly.
Yeah, I was going to Google it, and then I stopped and actually thought what you were saying.
Jimma Cleaver. That's amazing.
That's funny.
Show
Too
title.
tired.
Perfect.
Sometimes, guys, I'm on point with my jokes, and other times they just fizzle, and this was a good day. I'm happy about that.
Fizzle,
So,
fizzle, fizzle, fizzle.
I think
Next
everyone's
week-
on point, yeah.
Next week we'll come with PvP testing to see what the changes are looking like, and then we're going to be moving in as we move into RBGs. We'll be talking about comp and some things that specific areas will bring to the table. I'm going to start breaking down a little bit of stuff on an RBG aspect, and then we'll kind of take it from there. So, with that being said, it's time for our favorite part of the show, which is our Week in WoW. Lycan, what kind of weird shit did you do? I'm sure there was something weird.
Finally got my all rogue up to 110. Really having fun with him, and then I get to 110. I'm going. I don't know if I want to do the gear grind. I just really want to start playing him in PvP, just to show that I am a better rogue than Hots is at PvP. It is fun. It's ridiculous the amount of. I think I'm having more fun just going around blinding people and sapping them than more than anything else.
Rude. God damn.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
exactly what I did.
And then I sat there today.
you're
I was
supposed to
actually, or what is it, Arathi Basin with the 5, and I was at
Yeah.
Blacksmith, and I had Blade Fury on, and I just sat there, and there's just no capping it with Blade Fury because it hits every single target, and had a really good time with it. I think I just finished up. I think it popped up on my mobile companion that I just finished up the Order Hall campaign with that. Did all the quests for it, so hopefully after the show, I'll be logging in to get my 3rd relic slot and really having a blast with it.
Kick
I
some
said
ass and take some names.
yeah, with the buffs coming in tomorrow, it looks like it's going to be fun. Still pounding out the damn artifact power for my DK. It's, when you're sitting at 138, you need 138,000 just to get to the next one.
Sad. It's really, you're just like, fuck, I've
That's
never
where I'm
done
at on
that.
secret, man.
It gets a little slow. My artifact correction from last week, my artifact research is up to 10.
Nice.
Should be hitting 11 here tomorrow.
Me too.
So it'll be
Same.
nice to get that extra bonus. But
Yeah.
as I'm filling out, I can't wait to get the increase with the 3rd gold relic, because after you get your 3rd gold relic slot, you get that bonus increase as you start dropping your artifact power into that.
Cool.
And all the way up to 20, which gives you 100%. So you basically double your DPS when you have it maxed out, but
Double
I can't
the pleasure, double the fun, huh?
double the fun.
Double make gum. That's right.
It's like
That's an old ass commercial.
20%.
We are old as fuck. When you remember
Yeah.
that, you are old.
Because, Jim and Hots are sitting there going,
What
I
are they
have no-
talking about?
What does that mean?
I know that commercial.
That and tanking it tonight was a blast. Had fun tanking. It was nice to get hit in the face and doing it on heroic. And
I was
That
not
was
at my
pretty much
best
my-
during that. You did a great job. I was not. I'm sick,
did.
so I was like, ugh.
it's pure skill. And we do actually have more than 3 buttons this week, this expansion. So it was
Right.
nice to use 4 of them.
Right.
There you go. That's right.
Agreed. Hots, you do a lot with all your max level tunes. So what are you working with?
I was
bro?
about to say, where do I start with this? I have like 3 or 4 tunes ready to unlock their
Well,
3rd
what's your
relic
progression
slot.
with Mythic?
For 7, we're working on Il'gynoth. We got it to 2nd phase once, 2nd eyeball phase once, I think. I missed last night, so I don't know. I just completely slept through it. I got my Shadow Priest up to 850, ground out 1,000 artifact power in 2 days for it. Finally got into some Mythic pluses. Huh?
You meant 100,000?
Yeah, what'd I say?
You said 1,000.
No, I was like, wow,
100,000.
that's like one thing.
Yeah.
No, I've been abusing the fact that it's artifact knowledge 10, so, and that's the highest. I got my monk, or I've messed around with my monk. I've been trying to figure out what plate I want to try to focus on, whether it's DK, Paladin, or Warrior. I've been everywhere.
You should just play all three.
I can't do this anymore. It's so
You can.
scattered.
You have no clear and present end game with any of your characters. It's just I would go nuts. I need to focus, and I need to stay on that focus.
Sure.
I'm enjoying it. I enjoy having like 1 or 2, maybe 3 characters to play around with, but whenever it's like I'm gonna have all the things, and there's literally a million things you can do every day on all your tunes, I'm like,
Hots has a phobia that if he stops playing, he'll die or something. Like he has to keep playing.
Seems valid.
Hots, go DK, get it to 110, double blood DKs in arenas.
Oh,
I already have a DK at 110.
That'd be fun. Double blood DK in arenas.
We'll wait for Bell to queue for arenas once, and then
Well,
we'll
you
just
stalk
do
everybody's.
sniper.
You stalk
I
everybody's
know
battle
you're
method.
the
It shouldn't be a
master
problem.
stalker of battle tags. I mean, I'm not judging. Little judgment, not a whole lot of judgment. Jimmo, what did you do this week in World of Warcraft?
I got a gift from. Well, it's not really a gift, but Hots gave me the Nightmare Trent off that last
he
boss.
did give you that nightmare.
Heyo! He basically was like, "Hey, you can level it and give it
I
back
heard
to
you
me."
guys
I'm
were
like,
in Wiltshire hanging out earlier today.
You heard
I
wrong.
heard, so that's the word on the street.
We were in the arenas.
Where's the word?
Going undefeated. I did some other PvP without him as well. Not as much as I'd want to. Like I want to get into some more serious PvP rating for 3s and keep working towards the mount. I also did some leveling up. This week was probably one of my more lax weeks in WoW since the expansion came out. Still did some gaming, but not as much time as I'd liked. I really liked your tip for the order resources because I actually ran out. And it was time to do more
They're
artifact
typically the easiest
research.
world quests as well as far as
They are. I found I was like, I don't know if you mentioned it. They're just world quests. They're the thing to do, but they're just so boring to me. And I don't know if you had more.
Like 4 of them in one map and just boom, boom, boom,
absolutely
and be done, for sure.
I don't know. I look at them
Netflix and just grind it out.
I would rather just do battlegrounds. And I know that's not the way to get your order resources. I don't want to feel like I'm going to do content I don't enjoy to be able to survive
Sometimes,
on.
though, that's the nature of the game.
You have to, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
It sucks. It feels like a grind, but it's one of those things. I'm excited that they don't just give you the garrison resources. They were throwing that at you like dollar bills at a stripper, and I have to work for it now.
I'm sure World Quest will be a thing going forward still. Like you said, they're adding new ones. I don't know. It's just, to me, it's not as intriguing to gear up or get the stuff that you need every day. But I had fun. I had a good week in WoW, not to sound all sad, but
nice.
Yeah, go WoW. Yeah.
Jim, can I give you a suggestion?
Yeah. What?
Do you have a bodyguard that follows you around?
I keep forgetting to assign one now that you mention that.
My bodyguard's a derp.
If you sign a bodyguard,
with the stuff too.
Yeah. Like I got an epic one that allows me to get 100 garrison, 100 order hall resources every time I complete a world quest.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Ooh, that's
a little
good
closer
word.
to that.
Good word.
Mine's
I'm
only
noticing
25.
too. I mean, you guys are a lot further along in my order hall stuff with my followers, right? I should be a lot further along, but I've seen more. All of a sudden, pet charms were showing up and different things. So I think the gold will continue to get richer. Like I think as the expansion goes on, they're going to look to reward us a lot through the order hall still.
True. I agree.
I agree with that.
It's just going to take time.
Secret, I know you only have the weekends.
I spent some time at Arcway. Did a couple mythic pluses with the guild tip this morning actually. We raided today, which was good. The guild again, both sides went 7-7 normal. It's still a normal, but it's not a big deal. We are progressing through heroic, and I'm waiting for tomorrow. I cannot wait for Karazhan. I cannot wait for all the cool stuff that we have, that's coming out soon. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, great things. I'm really sad. For me, I'm sad that I just can't start leveling and gearing out alts because I just don't have that luxury.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, they did. I'm not gonna say made it harder, But they made it more of a grind that people wanted, and I'm not mad, but at the same time I kind of am. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's fine. I get to focus on one tune and go back to like how it used to be.
I do miss that element of being able to quickly level. I'm sure somebody by now has figured out an easy way to level quicker. They always do. But
Yep.
I think it's good also because it's stopped me from doing that. So I've been able to just have that one focus. So for sure, because I have to I have to prioritize what's important. I told you guys I have a to-do list
Absolutely.
every day when I log in.
Yep.
And it's stuff that has to be done before I do anything that would be considered, leisure, dick around time in the middle of friggin' Dalaran, trolling people, dancing on mailboxes and shit. I mean, that's just Gemma that does that, but occasionally I might have partaken in some mailboxes.
Yeah.
At one time in Gold.
Making tunes on Goldshire.
No.
Or,
Maybe we'll be in Goldshire tomorrow. Who knows?
Maybe. I know it could happen on a
Maybe.
day when the server goes down and we're like, let's all go to Moonguard.
Yeah.
That was good
Go
times.
find my
guys.
women.
I know your women are probably anxiously awaiting your return, dirty little hamster. So
What?
the daughter's trying to steal the donuts off the desk. No.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck?
Just give her a donut. No.
I
Put
bought
it
them for the
down.
boys,
I
but
was
what'll happen is they'll eat them all. They're not for me, they were for the boys. So
Ooh.
So she tried to just ninja. She didn't think I would interrupt the show for that. So my week in WoW consisted of a lot of guild admin stuff that I needed to attend to. I had to do a lot this week for the guild. I had to take care of. We have 2 guild banks. We have 2 guild stuffs. We have 2 of everything. So I had been neglecting it because I had been off Bertha for a couple days because I'd been sick. And I'm really happy we did the show, but I had to fight to get up and do it because I just have felt like such crap. But you guys always make me feel better, so that's always really good. I'm pretty sure she took a whole handful of donuts. She did.
Damn, she knows what's up.
She's lucky she's cute. So, but I did PvP. I banged out my World Quest stuff for the order resources and got that up really quickly. And then after I did my order hall advancement, I then wasted them on missions that were really not that important, but I felt like I needed them. I'm actually banking up the armor that you get to upgrade because I have some that are inactive that need to be maxed out. So what I'm doing is I'm using all my maxed out ones to keep banking and banking and banking. And once I have enough to quickly add item level to all the ones that I have, I'm just going to pop all of them and it'll be done. It's like ripping the band-aid off and I don't have to suffer with low item level. I'm using Huh?
You know,
I would say that eventually they're gonna increase it too. So
yeah. So what I'm literally, because they come every day. You get like 3 or 4 of them, and then if you're getting your if you're putting in the order resources to get the armaments, sometimes they'll drop from that as well. So keep banking them even if you're not using them because you will need them for something. So
Truth.
it's good to have. Good stuff. But that's pretty much what I did this week. We're prepping for BlizzCon. I'm in full swing.
back together.
Yeah, I'm ready, but it's scary at the same time. But I'm old, guys. I'm old, and I need.
The fuck? You're old what?
I'm old. I feel like people always say you're only as old as you feel. I feel like I'm 112.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I can't wait till the doors open up on the LA airport and I just soak it all in.
Breathe in all the pollution. Yeah.
Right.
Air
Yeah,
right there.
my city is like the most polluted city in Canada, actually, so it can't be worse. We have Chemical Valley here.
We're excited to go to. I'm excited to go to the food. We're gonna do some food things, Korean barbecue, and we've seen this waffle and chicken sandwich with nacho cheese at Bruxy's. I'm like all about the food. I have extra budget just for the food because I'm freaking starving.
Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles?
Yeah, like it wants to go to the hood and get some.
I've never done
chicken
Korean
waffles.
barbecue, but it's like the thing, right? BlizzCon's kind of
Stuff is the
synonymous
business.
with Korean barbecue,
it's
so I want to.
so fucking
I
good.
want to go check it
So
out. And
I'd rather have. I go for the experience, but if after having it, I'd rather have like a good steak and
I
lobster.
go for the food. I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't.
Steak and lobster, damn,
didn't-
homie.
I could get that
Well, I'm-
here.
For
Maybe a little
Asians,
rich.
I think
I don't know.
I ate about 10 pounds of Korean barbecue by myself. I was just
Oh.
Where did you put it?
$20. It was just $20
Put it
for
in
all
the
you
trash,
can
that's
eat.
where we put it.
So we are going to have the show for next week. You guys will find it uploaded on Monday rather than Tuesday. We are going to be recording the episode a day early, so you guys will be able to have the pleasure of that. We are going to be doing stuff all week for BlizzCon, and I want to remind you, if you are going to be in the Anaheim area, come see us at DitchCon. Come come hang out with us at Calm Before the Storm, come hang out with us at the Hilton Bar, because that's where we will be. So yeah, we're gonna have like a pregame situation for next week's episode.
Super pregame
Stuff
too.
we want to talk about for theory crafting on what they might be talking about for if they're going to be going into further things for Legion, as we've seen on the schedule. So lots of coverage that's going to be happening there. So make sure you follow us on Twitter. Make sure you follow all of us on Twitter. Make sure you follow the PWNCAST on Twitter and on Facebook, so you can stay updated on those news. And we'll be having a podcast obviously afterwards, and we might have a little impromptu one. Maybe there. I'm not really sure.
BlizzCon.
Yeah, it's an exciting time, guys.
Anything's possible.
It's an exciting time to be alive. So with that being said, we have had a fabulous episode today. I'm really, really happy with the discussion that we had. 7.1 by the time you guys watch this. I'll be doing as many guides as I can on the PDQ, so be looking out for that, and make sure you're paying attention on the YouTube channel. If you listen to this and you don't actually watch the video, feel free to meander on over to the YouTube and check out some faces. Several of you have written this week. I have not responded, but I got them, and I will respond. I promise. I just have been sick. So for those of you that have written in, don't worry. I got your back. I will be responding accordingly. We actually had a lot of mail this week. So with that being said, guys,
That's fair.
we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you so much for spending your hour and a half with us every week. It is an honor. It's an honor to continue to entertain you, and thank you for letting us into your house. Nice couch, by the way.
But it's not nicer than Sauce's. Look at that pillow game.
I know that.
It's comfortable too. I fell asleep
It
on that
looks
thing
comfy,
plenty of
yeah.
times.
He only has a nice couch because he has a lady that does that stuff for him.
But I feel like Sauce is organized too. I don't know him, but I feel like he helps. He's
I
not-
feel like he's organized, but like his clothes and like his
Oh no,
accessories.
that's color coordinated, dude.
Yeah.
I would show you guys too, but it's just like right.
Next week,
there.
a tour of Sauce's house.
Yeah, I'm only an hour away, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, we're live from Sauce's house in Cali.
That would be so much fun. What if I traveled to all of your
Awesome.
guys' living quarters and was just like, live on the scene, show me your dirty trash can. Just kidding.
The fuck?
I don't know.
Weirdo.
Full of Mountain Dew
Oh,
cans
is it?
right now.
It's my favorite thing to do when people post pictures on Facebook that show their trash cans in their kitchen. I'm like, fucking take out your garbage before you post a picture on Facebook. Just teasing people. My garbage is empty because I'm a freak about that. But we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. Don't forget to give us your comments. As always, even the crappy comments, we still love those.
Yep.
Because
They
comments
still
are
mean
comments.
something.
They mean something, every one of us, and I love every one of you, except for you right there, you guy right there.
You.
I don't like you, but I love everybody else. But we're gonna
Delete what you're typing right now. Delete it.
I don't say mean things to me because it hurts my feelings. Just kidding, I don't have any. But we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
Bye, guys.
I don't have any.
Night.
Can we start Taylor Swift for BlizzCon?
What do you mean?
I want Taylor Swift to be the BlizzCon entertainment.
Right?
There's so many theories. I just don't know. I feel like Green Day, but then again, I don't know anything. I tried to get confirmation.
Oh, well, it's
really
going to be saw when they announced it. We'll be
It's
like,
true. It'd be
what?
pretty legit if it was Taylor. I'm not gonna lie. I would dig it.
I remember you guys from the show when you guys played that song. You guys were all trying to shake it off.
He loves it.